fellas.
Yep, got it.
You got it.
Yes, sir.
Pull that up. Here we go. All right. Move that over.
1 second, guys.
Oh, by the way. Man, it's cloudy outside.
Yeah. It is.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. We are a little bit later than usual, but that's all right. We are back. It is the show. We are representing a green relief, and I am Sean, your host. And to my left, your right, is Mr. Carey, the man himself. How are we doing today?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Good afternoon.
Yes, we got a pretty good episode for you guys today because this one, I think it affects more people than what most people lead on and will be willing to admit. We're going to be talking about anxiety today. I actually was doing a little research, and there's almost 40 million people who deal with this over the age of 18. And most of them are using some kind of antidepressant or anything like that to deal with this naturally occurring problem, and it's an increasing problem. But before we get into that, let's make sure you are following us on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and you're subscribing to us where you listen to your podcast. Thank you, sir. Where you listen to your podcast, we are on Apple, iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, everywhere that you listen to it. Make sure you stay subscribed. So, and if you do, make sure that you are taking a screenshot of that. Then you can come into the office, get yourself a free T-shirt. All right, so a green relief shirt. We've got all kinds, different colors, and then you can pick out what you want. All right. Now let's get into the episode here. Anxiety. Like I was saying, anxiety's 40 million people that most of them are taking what's called
4 million or 40?
40.
Wow.
Over the age of 18. Now, when you start looking at anxiety and things like that, general causes of that can be anything, right? Yeah, anything. Definitely. And especially for you, I mean, you've got like a ton on your plate. I don't know how you're not more anxious than you are.
Thank God I'm out of Canada.
For real. Now, it could be anything from stress at work, from school, personal relationships, financial stress, emotional trauma, such as a loved one, any kind of mental illness or anything like that.
Yeah.
But one of the big things is actually the antidepressants. That's a really, really big or a common way to mask anxiety. Okay. Now these antidepressants, or sometimes they're called SSRIs. Okay. Now selective serotonin reuptake inducers, I believe.
SSRI.
Yes. Let me just make sure I said that correctly. Selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors. I stand corrected. Now, if you take one of these SSRIs, you will be able to know exactly what I'm talking about in the way that it feels. And it's very easy for doctors to go ahead and prescribe something like that, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's covered by most insurance companies. You can pick it up at your local pharmacy. Publix, I know for sure, Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, free. Medicaid covers you, 30-day script. It's a great way to see your physician. You pay your $10 or $15 copay. Most people don't pay a copay when they go to see a physician. No. And that physician office bill alone is $450 just to see them. Every single time your doctor sees you, it's another $150. That's not your money. That's what they're getting paid.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So it's a great way to keep the money coming in, as they say.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, that's the biggest thing is that when you start looking at the number of pharmaceutical companies that are putting out antidepressants, like Celexa, Lexapro, Prozac,
shout out to the big pharma companies, man.
Yeah, for real. And Zoloft. And those are, man, I tell you what, I think personally, I think what you have to remember is that, at least in my opinion, it's temporary.
Yeah.
It's a temporary fix. It's not necessarily something that you're going to have.
It's a Band-Aid when you need stitches.
Yes, exactly.
That's what antidepressants are.
Mm-hmm. And most of the time, it's going to cause drowsiness, nausea, dry mouth, insomnia, diarrhea, nervousness, agitation, a little bit of sexual problems as well, reduced sexual desire, and all of that. So it's super,
wow.
Yeah, super.
Say that again one more time. That's. I think I heard 11 just now. Let's count them all.
Okay, so we have 1, drowsiness,
Okay,
2, nausea.
and these are all effects that you take that happens to you.
These are just SSRIs. Now there's
Wow.
I believe NIs or SNRIs.
Yes, NRIs.
Yeah, yeah. So and that's just, again, these are just playing on chemicals in the brain, your serotonin, and those are just manipulating how you're feeling. And if you've been taking these, you know exactly what it feels like.
Yeah.
And it's almost like you're in like a fog or just a haze, you know. And that
it's a bad ride. It's a very bad ride, to be honest.
Oh, 100%. You know, and when you start looking at all of the people that are prescribed anti-anxiety medication or antidepressants, it's easy to get a prescription for that, and it's easy just to keep getting those.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what we want to discuss today is how we can take natural medicine like medical marijuana, and recently we found out that you can now have the flower, the smokable portion of medical marijuana,
which the bill is set to be signed next week. So dispensaries are gearing up. Truly, you have the Curaleafs, you have the Afrias, Three Word Farms. Harvest right now is coming in. Remember, Harvest only had 4 different products there. There's only flavored products that they had: the blueberry, the strawberry. Only had the vapors.
Yep.
Now Harvest is going ahead and kick into a whole new gear to bring out the edibles and the bud. It's been pretty cool for our casino solar patients out here.
Yeah. Well, when do you they don't have edibles yet? It's only the oils and the tinctures, correct?
No, yeah, that's not so far. But as soon as it does become legalized for edibles, I advise everybody to come stop off at Afria. That's Liberty Health Science, because they partner with Marriage Medicinals, and Marriage Medicinals is not.
Say that again.
So Afria,
Okay.
Liberty Health Science.
Okay.
Remember, it's very important to know both companies' name, because Afria first started off, they were one of the first 13 dispensaries to get approved in the state of Florida.
Okay.
And their branding license was Afria, APHRIA. But now, I could say it's because Canada went legalized. I can say we should go talk to them over there. But they went to Liberty Health Science, and that's a much better way to advertise wise. So you go into the building, Liberty Health Sciences, they team up with Marriage Medicinals. Now, Marriage Medicinals, you can find them in Vegas. You can find them in Zona, Arizona.
Okay.
You can find them in California. They're just amazing, from their creams to the edibles to the actual oils. They actually come out with their own oils to work with a Pax pen. And the Pax pen, we'll get to those too. I'll bring those. We can bring those up tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
Shit.
Okay. Yeah.
Probably the most. If I only smoke ganja. If I had to go back to oils, I'm smoking Pax oils.
Smoking Pax oils. Why is that?
It's the most comparable to a blunt. It's to me the taste. I don't want to taste oil. I don't like that taste. I don't like tasting the fake oil. I don't like tasting.
It's synthetic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would I mess with something that God created? I go, my God created on the plant ground to go mess with a doctor mess with? Come on, man.
See, and I am huge. Again, I feel like every episode I say this. I got a big health background.
Yeah.
I think that consistent exercise and eating good can pretty much offset just about anything. I mean, there's obviously certain circumstances and diseases that you can't get away from, but at the same time, I think big pharmaceutical companies are going to get into that synthetic type of market with THC or CBD. They're going to. Yeah,
because think about now, Whole Foods already said it. Shout out to Amazon who owns them. They're going to be the first company to start selling THC and CBD products. And once Whole Foods get into it, oh my God, it's going to become into a saturated market. And that's where we're going to become the difference.
Yep.
That's why offices like us, Green Relief, and I can't name no others, but besides Green Relief, is going to be here giving you out potent products, giving you the real products. And that's why we took our stance and we said, you know what? I've always said that before. There's not a dispensary out there that I've been to, and I've been to a lot of them, that is like a Sam's, that's like a BJ's. I want to be the first. Over there at 609, over here in 801 in Kissimmee and Orlando, we're going to be the first one, especially in Lancaster, to have the first medical smoke shop. Our patients are going to come in, get our products, and the products they're going to get is legit products, the hemp-based products, the grinds that they need. It's different shit. We get that together.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's the difference when you start looking at medication and breaking down the word medication. It's not just going to be a script of paper where you talk to somebody at the pharmacy, at Publix, Walgreens, or CVS, wherever you get it. You're going to walk into what Carrie is saying, a situation where it's more of a helpful situation. You're not just being force-fed or thinking that this is going to be some kind of end-all, be-all medication that you can take for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like we just said, I mean, that it really, really messes with a lot of different things. And it's supposed to be a Band-Aid. It's not supposed to be the end-all, be-all. Now, let's talk about the types of strains that you can have for anxiety. Okay, because if you remember, we have indica and sativa.
Yeah.
Your sativa is going to be more of the, I like to always say it's above the neck, right? So if I'm going to be out and about and I'm doing things and I'm running errands or I'm trying to do something physical, I'm going to go for a sativa because it's going to be stimulating. It's going to be in my head in a sense of it's going to help me stay engaged. Okay, so if I'm going to go for a run and I'm like, man, I just want to be in my own head for a little bit and just kind of work through some stuff, I'm gonna get some sativa. But now if I'm coming home from work at the end of a long day and my joints are killing me or whatever I'm dealing with is really flaring up, I'm gonna reach for an indica because that indica is gonna be the body high. Okay. Now you do have those hybrids which are gonna be in between. Okay.
And it's important to understand what the hybrids in between. What are the dominant strain of the hybrid is.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so that's, again, those hybrids are going to be a play on a number of different things. You got the percentage of the CBD, correct? The percentage of THC. THC, yes. So those types of ratios are essentially going to determine how that hybrid is going to feel. Okay. Now it's like a spectrum almost within those hybrids. And that's
full spectrum.
It's a full spectrum, exactly. So that spectrum can kind of determine whether you should be taking more of an indica based or a sativa based. Okay.
Man, look at you! I love it.
Yeah.
Look at my boy Sean.
Come on, that's why I'm doing this.
Yeah,
Exactly. But then we'll get into the CBD in a minute. But what would you recommend for somebody that's suffering from anxiety? Okay. And we'll start with just a mild anxiety, right? So, I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone has dealt with that. Whether that's
first. Let's clarify. We're not just going to go by a person who's suffering from anxiety. We're going to go from a Florida patient.
Yep.
Because we're going to specialize. We're going to narrow down our 12,000 patients. We're going to go to a Florida patient. This is what we tell them in our office. When you become a green relief patient, this is the difference between us and them. Prime example, we'll first figure out the patient's avenues of the cell phone, computers they have. So most of us out here is technology based. I would tell you, pick up your phone and go on leafly.com. LEAFLY.com.
Leafly.
So when you go on Leafly, and the reason why I stress so much to patients to go on Leafly, it tells you every single thing about any strain. It's not like Wikipedia where I can upload information or you can upload it. Leafly is legit. That's basically when you read something and you look at the news, you scroll on the very bottom, you look for the AP symbol. The AP symbol means Associated Press. That's how you know, not Adrian Peterson. Hopefully he comes back at 34 years old. He might come back to the Skins.
That's crazy.
And my boy Colt, my boy's out there, but back to work.
Yeah, I haven't heard that name in a long time.
So, 34. So you go back here, you go to Leafly, and they'll show you all the strains they have on here. So you go to anxiety. The first thing will pop up is Trulieve has been able to get their hands on Leafly when they first came out. Trulieve was the first popular dispensary to come out here.
Yeah.
And the first thing that pops up on there is your Granddaddy Purple. Granddaddy Purple's a great
Classic.
strain. Yes.
Classic.
That's the greatest way to explain that.
It is a classic.
And Granddaddy Purple's been around since the 70s, since Woodstock days. And that's the strains that people miss. That's the 13 to 15%. That's what you need to get through your day. When you wake up in the morning, I tell patients before your feet touch the ground, get a hybrid, get this, get that. But if you have to get a sativa, this is what you want because it's a CBD dominant.
Yes.
Sativa.
Yes. So the CBD, again, is not going to get you high. It's not that euphoric effect because it doesn't contain THC.
Exactly.
Okay. So basically what you're saying is go to Leafly.
Yep.
Look up anxiety. And you'll see.
But we do this here in the office with you, though.
Exactly. But, I mean, if you're out there watching or listening, you can go on there and you can find whatever you're dealing with and figure out which strains that are going to be best for you.
And you know what's next? What you do is once you figure out the strain, because all the dispensaries can deliver to you. That's something that's very important. Now, Trulieve charges $25. After is for free. Curaleaf is for free. Curaleaf even offers same day delivery. So
It's like Uber Eats, man.
yeah, it is. You guys are too. But the main important thing is once you understand, okay, I need to be in a CBD dominant strain, you now look up your strains that you want here. And like, for example, Girl Scout cookies. Every dispensary out there has Girl Scout cookies. Another great classic strain that's meant for anxiety patients.
Yeah.
Now, you look up Girl Scout cookies. I'm going through Girl Scout cookies. I'm looking at Granddaddy Purple. All right, cool. Now, you know what? I really want Granddaddy Purple. I know Curaleaf has it. Now, that's my next step. Once you find your strain, you find your dispensary. There's 14, 15 of them out here, guys.
There's a ton.
Don't get slavalized with it. And all of them, which is the greatest thing of them all, you get to pick and choose. Like $75 off your first one at $150, $50 off your order of $100. You're able to pick and choose what you want, and don't let them wrap you into it.
Yeah.
You're a free agent. That's the best way I put it to people. You don't sign nothing. You don't have to be a loyal Trulieve member, or it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, because it's like you were talking about, like a Sam's Club. Like you go into a Sam's Club, and yeah, you do have to be a member for something like that, but you don't have to go there. If you don't feel like being associated with Sam's Club, you could go to Publix, you could go to Whole Foods, you could go to BJ's, you could go wherever you want. Just like he's saying, you don't have to be tied down to a certain dispensary.
Yeah.
You can go wherever you like. We can make recommendations. And again, some of the dispensaries are going to be rotating through their strains. So you might choose one dispensary for 1 month or 35 days, whatever the Nikki Fried and people in Tallahassee decide, what the rules are. But you can choose whatever you want to. Don't feel obligated to go just to one particular place.
And don't listen. Guys, it's the best way I put it is every dispensary you talk about, let's say I'm going into Curaleaf and I'm going to talk about Afria, they're going to bang like my ex-girlfriend. It's like I'm talking to my wife now. She would never. That's the best.
That's hilarious.
But it's the truth. Yeah. How else do you put it? Because all they do is talk smack about, oh, that's not a good strain. That's not good. Same Granddaddy Purple I have in the back. Same yield time for 6 to 8 weeks. Yeah. Same organically grown this and BS that and nothing.
It's like going to a car lot.
Yeah.
They're gonna, if you're looking at Cadillacs, they're just gonna talk down about BMWs or Mercedes.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
You're right.
It's all the same. I shouldn't say it's all the same stuff, but the process is very similar, and you're going to get, if it's Granddaddy Perp, you're going to get Granddaddy Perp.
Yeah, but I want everybody to understand something. They took Pineapple Express, they meaning Afria, that's a hybrid strain, and they turned that into an indica dominant strain. I want everybody to understand. Just don't think that, okay, Granddaddy Purple is what I want. I found it on LeafFly. Now, when you contact the dispensary, you still need to do your last check. It's a triple check in life. It's last check. Hey, guys, I'm looking it up. I just want to make sure your Granddaddy Purple is from the indica strain.
That way you know exactly what you're getting.
Right.
That's all it is. That's all. So we're looking, if you have anxiety, you're looking for more of a CBD-based strain. Okay. Now, let's just say I made the mistake of.
Wait, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, the CBD. Well, okay.
Let me clarify. Why? Here's the question formally.
Okay.
Why would you want a CBD dominant strain for anxiety?
So your THC.
What about THC?
Your THC is going to. It can lead to more of a introspective.
Ooh, I like that.
More of an introspective type of feel. So you might get into your head a little bit more.
The psychoactive, which you don't want.
So the THC, again, I said that before earlier, is your psychoactive substance. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They have seen, and we've talked about this before. If you take too much THC, you do kind of put yourself into that more psychosis type of situation. So the more THC you have, like let's say it's closer to what you said, the Granddaddy Perp is like 15 to the percentage.
It's very low side.
Yeah, it's not that much.
Yes.
When you start getting up higher and further, or with more of the potent stuff, that's going to put you in a little bit more trouble. You're going to start getting more anxiety. So it's not necessarily the best thing. The CBD, it doesn't get you high, so that's why it just relaxes you.
Exactly.
Hence the more of the, not euphoric, but I guess the best way to put it, just relaxation.
Yeah, to get you to where you want to be level. That's where you want to be at. You don't want to be like a heartbeat. Everybody looks at they go to the hospital to see the heart rate monitor, 98 over 120, you're doing great.
Yeah.
That's not how you want to live your life. Your upper peak marks, that's your pain level. You don't want to be in the 10. You want to be all day at a 5. CBD helps you do that. Keeps your body at a green level.
Yeah. We just had a comment on Instagram from, I can't see, terrible vision here. Psychoactive THC, not good for the head.
Yeah, very true. That's not what you want, especially with an anxiety patient. You get into your head, you start stressing out about the bills, about the traffic on I-4. I'm being late to pick my kids up. I gotta go cook dinner. You want something to be like, you know what? This traffic's gonna be here regardless if I'm angry or not. The kids are gonna get picked up at the same time.
Yeah.
Dinner's still gonna be made. The sun's still gonna shine tomorrow. That's
right.
The best way to put cannabis into perspective for anyone out there.
Yeah.
It's not to get you high. It's not to get you as quote unquote, hey dude, I'm fucked up. Or a couch potato. No, man. It's medicine.
Yeah. Well, it's the great thing about it is that we've gotten to a point now where we can start to manipulate, not in a bad way. When I say manipulate, we can alter the varieties and the strains to customize it to whatever we're dealing with.
Yeah.
So, we can take a particular strain and, like you said earlier, we can make it more CBD dominant. We can make it more THC dominant.
Yep.
And that's the great thing about it. And it's with these SSRIs or SNRIs. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
SNRIs. It's like all or nothing. But it puts you in a fog, and there's actually withdrawal symptoms from getting off of these antidepressants.
You know what's really cool? Anxiety is not listed on one of the approved conditions from the state of Florida. And any person out there who has anxiety, come to Green Relief and you'll get approved. Simple. You went to a doctor, they give you Lexapro, you don't like it. Call us, 407-572-8643. Go online, www.asnapple, green as the color, relief.com. Get signed up. That's all you need. And it's so simple. You come in here with your driver's license.
Mm-hmm.
You give us your 125. You then give us your pharmacy number. That's it. Once you're able to do that, you get approved for medical cannabis. We show that you need help. We'll take care of everything else for you. What are you reading out there?
No, I'm just reading from Cricket DCAT. They seem to forget we are all in the same fight on the same side. Most things with purple in the name are indica.
Nice.
So there you go. Roll for fun.
That's incorrect. Just because that is every dispensary has the right. I just gave you a prime example with Afria. Again, Liberty Health Science, same entity, same company. They took Pineapple Express, which is a hybrid, and turned it into indica base. So that's on a half-base truth, guys.
Yeah.
Always find out where the strain came from.
That probably was something that was true, even before we started getting into the medical marijuana or legalization.
Yes.
And that's entirely possible, but now it's crazy.
But I want to take credit for that shit, to be God honest, because I was there with Ray. I was there with the guy with the son-in-law who owns Afria. When he came out to my building, he was trying to buy it. Trying to lease him out for us to put a dispensary there, 609 Virginia Drive. But supposedly the state has a law where it can't be 1,000 feet from a school or a church. So that went to the waters. And long story short, I went to the dispensary. I saw the grow farm. I'm like, man, it'd be really cool. Pineapple Express. Oh, I'm new to this farm, A, B, and C. I'm like, your next year should be an indica, man. I'm like, you want to know why? Pineapple movie just came out like 2.5 years ago. They're explaining it again. They're making a second one.
Are they really?
Yeah, dude.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm definitely watching that.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm like, you should make it into an indica strain. Man, fuck, 8 weeks later, they're talking about it. I'm like, I'm taking credit for that shit.
I told you I think we should get a Green Relief strain, almost like you have these breweries and stuff that have these one-off batches, I think we should do that.
We can do it, I'm telling you. We just need to become. You see, our goal right now, once it becomes recreational, guys, you're still going to need medical cannabis. You're still going to get 30% off. You're still going to need education. We're still going to be here.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, only because so for instance, if you go out to Colorado, you can walk into this dispensary, and there's going to be bud tenders there that are going to tell you, hey, like this is the type of strain. Hey, I'm going to go snowboarding today. Okay, well, I'd recommend this. And like we've mentioned before, if you go in there and you say, hey, I've got this prescription, or I've got, this X, Y, and Z condition, their limited knowledge of the human body and anxiety is going to be, well, a lot of people tend to do this with, they really like this strain for anxiety. They have no idea, right? They have no idea what you're dealing with. So you still need medical marijuana. Just because it's legalized doesn't mean that everything's going to be just kosher because it's legal. You can smoke whatever you want whenever. No, you got to make sure you know exactly what you're getting into.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So continue.
I think you're going to have it. Good.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, we're good. Okay. So we just to summarize and kind of recap here, just real quick. If you are suffering from anxiety, you want to make sure that you're having more of a CBD based strain.
Yep.
That's a huge one. That's huge. Because again, I've gotten strains before where it is very THC heavy, and it's easy to do that because everyone thinks that's, oh, well, the stronger it is, the better it is. And sometimes if you're at a point in life where you're stressed out, I mean, I'm sure everyone's dealt with that. I've gotten to the point where it's made it worse. So I don't want to go through that. So make sure, again, you're doing exactly what Carrie is saying. You're doing your homework. You want to have an idea of what exactly you're taking. Now let's just say we have, okay, we're going to take Granddaddy Perp. Okay. How much should you take? What are you going to take? How are you going to consume it? What's your modality of, you're going to smoke it? You're going to eat edibles? What would you recommend?
Well, tell me your patient. For you, give me your whole demographics.
Okay.
Does your male?
Let's say I come to you. I'm 29. I've got moderate amount of anxiety. I tell you, hey, I'm going through this, and this in my life, and most of the time it's not that bad. It's just when I try to sleep or first thing in the morning.
Nice. What do you do for a living?
Well, I work a 9 to 5 in front of a computer all day.
Cool. So you're around a lot of people.
Pretty much. I'm in a cubicle farm.
Cool. So for 40 hours a week at bare minimum, you're not able to smoke what just got passed.
Correct.
So we will need a different way to medicate. Are you able to eat at your counter?
Yeah.
Cool. Are you opposed to tinctures? Tinctures are droplets you can put under your tongue. Basically, I'd recommend patients to take a whole syringe. Well, basically, it's a half a syringe. Put it under your tongue. Keep it moving. It takes about 30 minutes to an hour to onset.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about throughout the day. Now, at nighttime to help you go to sleep, I would definitely now. Are you a smoker now?
Yeah.
You're smoking out. Would you be opposed to trying out the ganja? Did you smoke at nighttime? Is that something that you're looking to get done, or what are you looking for? Because there's so many different ways. I can recommend you tinctures. I can recommend you patches, capsules. You can smoke the oils. Now you can smoke the actual ganja. You can get suppositories. You can get mints that they have now. You can get edibles. Tell me what you want. Because edibles are coming next month. Tell me what you want to get done, and I can teach you how to make your own edibles. By the way.
I tell you what, I prefer the suppositories.
Nice. Knox, go ahead, call him. That's the way to go, man.
So just like Carrie was saying, it's really dependent upon what you're going through, and that's why it's important to see one of our doctors to make sure that you get the right way of how you can medicate in the correct dosage and the modality.
Yeah. So tell me what you want. Tell me. Let's finish this. So tell me what you want to do.
I tell you what, man. I like the tinctures during the day.
Nice. So we'll try that out. We'll set you up for the first 1,000 milligrams of tinctures. We'll try out.
Okay.
So I don't want you going to the dispensary spending $100, $200 on a whole bunch of different stuff. So you'll try the tinctures. Your tinctures will be the purpose of after you wake up and throughout the day. Okay. What else would you like to try?
Back in college, I used to smoke a little bit of the ganja, so
nice.
I'm cool with grinding it up and doing it old school.
Nice. And you want to do it? And when do you want to smoke? At nighttime, daytime? You want to get the munchies? You want to eat more?
I prefer not to get the munchies, but I'd smoke it at night.
Nighttime. Okay, so we're going to indica strain.
Okay.
Heavy CBD, low THC. We're not going to go hybrid to get you the munchies.
Gotcha.
So also, you want to go old school. You want to grind it. You need a grinder. I don't think you're going to peel it apart. You're not using your scissors.
Nope.
We have grinders here. We have trays. We have our own 100% premium hemp paper here at Greenleaf. We're going to set you up for it before you leave.
Okay.
At cheaper than your smoke shops, cheaper than your dispensaries.
Cool.
At Greenleaf, we give you everything that you need. So then you go to the dispensary. I'm just picking up A, B, and C. So you get your ganja. We'll put down your recommendation for you get your ganja. You get your tinctures. Also, I want to educate you on the capsules because the capsules are pretty cool. You know, capsules come in 10 milligrams, 50 milligrams. I love Cureleaf's brand. Trulieve was the best before. It's $116 at Trulieve for 30 capsules. Kind of expensive. Let's save some money. Let's go to Cureleaf. You'll get, I think, 30 capsules for $60.
I like that.
Or there's 20 capsules. It's $60 is around the same amount, and I'm paying like $3-4 a capsule. I'm not paying X amount I was paying before. Don't go out there and believe the hype. The same 50 milligrams you're getting at Trulieve, get at Cureleaf.
Okay.
So
perfect.
I recommend you going there.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and do that then. Let's go ahead and get. I need a grinder and some papers and a nice little tray, and then I need to hit the dispensary.
Yeah, and also what we're going to do is we're going to start being able to offer training products because I've looked it up. You guys can Google it and do your own personal research as people you know who's smokers right now recreationally.
Yep.
Out of 10 people, 5 of them don't know how to roll. I don't know how to roll. You don't know how to roll. And
We're part of the population.
Yeah. Now, I try myself at nighttime. Listen, my wife is tired or she went to sleep. I want to watch some basketball or something, dude. I'm at my bar, man. Like, I'm fucking dying, kid. I feel like I should just.
How do I do this?
It's
like Ricky Bobby. You know, when he's interviewing, he's like, I don't know what to do with my hands.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. I don't know what to do with my hands here.
Exactly.
Well, we'll again. That's why we're doing this. We're gonna have some more products on tomorrow.
Yes.
So, remind me, what were you gonna bring in?
What was it? I can't remember.
We'll go back and we'll watch the video.
There was something we were bringing in.
Yeah, we're gonna bring some more products in, but again, just to recap, because we're reaching time here, we want to have all of our research done. You know, the doctors here at Green Relief are going to recommend the right type of strains for you and the correct dosage. And just like Carrie went through, it's all case by case. We're not just going to throw some general prescription at you because, again,
General recommendation. State is the one who approves you guys and puts our name on it. So let's call the bullshit out, man.
yes, correct.
Yeah.
Stand correct.
It's all good.
Now, if you feel like this was helpful for you and you didn't know that, hey, I've just been smoking whatever or I've been taking whatever, then I recommend that you set up an appointment. Go to greenrelief.com/get started. We can get you in the same day.
Yes.
I actually had a question about that the other day. Somebody asked me, hey, how long does it take to get an appointment? And Michelle, one of our Green Relief patients that was here on Friday, she said, we are pretty much the only place that you can go and get the same day an appointment. All right. So if you want to go in today, that's great. Come on in. We will hook you up. We'll get you set up, get your card. We can get you approved in less than a week, get everything done. And by next week, you can be feeling a lot better.
Yep.
All right. Any last words?
We're good for today.
I think so. All right, guys. We will see you guys tomorrow. We're going to be back.
Tomorrow, 12 o'clock.
12 o'clock. We had some things to take care of.
Upgrades.
That's it. That's why it took so long. All right. We'll be good. We'll be back tomorrow, and we'll see you guys later.
Thank you, guys.